For the best in music, arts, and entertainment, venture to the outside. ITO Radio America.
Well, I noticed a lot of new faces this evening, and I'm so glad you all came. And I want you to know that this is a safe place to share. So if you want to tell us your story, there'll be no judgment.
Hi, my name is Charlie, and as you know, I have a problem. I am addicted to cars. I was out here in the garage doing some stuff with my SL and preparing another video, and I happened to think that it's probably worth it for me to do a video to let you guys know about AutoHaus AZ. So if you haven't heard of AutoHaus AZ, they are a place to get parts, I know, for European imports. I don't know what else they have, but I know I've personally bought Mercedes, BMW, Audi, and I think there might be Volkswagen there as well. But I was actually told about AutoHaus AZ by a Mercedes mechanic that I'm friends with. And he's done a lot of work for us over the years. And he's a really good guy. And he at one point told us that it would be beneficial for us to check out that place online, because we can get parts oftentimes even cheaper than he can as a mechanic. We actually have used them several times and always been happy. The thing is, you can go on Amazon, you can go on a bunch of different places and find cheaper than AutoHaus AZ even, but it's going to be Chinese parts. You never know about the quality. AutoHaus AZ pretty much carries a range, so you can get some of the cheaper parts, but they also carry Bosch and certified Mercedes OEM parts. So just as an example, for Papa's E-Series, we actually just got a check engine light that we went out and hooked up to the scanner, and it gave us a P0128 code. And this is actually the second time. I reset that once to see if it would come back, and it did not come back right away. So we drove it for about another month. And then my wife came home from work the other day and said that the code is back, or that the check engine light's back. Sure enough, P0128. That code is for coolant temperature sensor. And I looked it up. Usually it's the sensor that's just gone bad. And as long as the car's not running funny or overheating or anything, which you can pretty much tell if it's not running right, it was okay to drive with. But we decided we were gonna go ahead and fix it because we're coming up on getting ready to sell that car. And calling around to different mechanics, and especially like the dealership, it's basically anywhere from $350 to $400 to repair the coolant sensor or the thermostat, and that breaks down, you know, like $125 for the actual part, and then the rest is labor. I will say that that's low for here. The numbers I got were higher. We're well into the 400s and almost to $500. So I don't know how long ago that Google search result was actually posted, but I think it's a little more now. And especially here in California, it's definitely more. We were able to go on AutoHaus AZ and get the entire thermostat housing with the sensor and everything all in one. And it was the good one and not the cheapest one. And it was $81. So $81. And then if you put it in yourself, obviously that's just your time. And it's right in the front. You do have to loosen the tensioner in the belt to get to it, but it's just a couple screws. And if you're careful, and there's plenty of videos out there to guide you through it, but we did that. So we're looking at, that's just an example. We've actually purchased parts there that were much cheaper than we were quoted from, especially a Mercedes dealership, or getting parts from anywhere else, or definitely having the mechanic. I've said this in other videos. If you can find a mechanic, and they're out there, not all mechanics will do it, but if you have a good rapport with a mechanic, or you find a mechanic who's pretty fair-minded, they'll work with your parts. What the worst thing is that will happen is they just don't warranty the parts because they're not buying them. Anyways, when you're looking at cars in the price range that we buy them and we keep them, it's not a problem to save some money on the parts. And it's definitely beneficial when you find a mechanic who will use your parts. And then that way, because even my friend told us, even though we're friends, he was still, if we get a part through him, he's going to mark it up, because that's, you have to run a business. So, if he bought that same part for $81, that's probably the $125 that he would charge us. So many of you have probably heard of AutoHaus AZ. If not, it's AutoHaus, Haus AZ. So they're located in Arizona. Shipping to California is really fast. Obviously, the states surrounding it's going to be fast, but very efficient. They get that stuff set out quick. I've done returns to them. It's always been great customer service, super fast. I've always been very, very happy with AutoHaus. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I think it's definitely worth your time to check them out. And maybe someday I'll actually get them to sponsor a video. I don't know. But anyways, I have a whole bunch more videos coming up. I thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this information is useful to you, and I will see you on the next one.